Because you never know who can pop 1, 2, 3. Because I know personally 60-year-olds who can whoop your ass. God, please. Good afternoon. It's almost 6 o'clock and it's still sunshine here in Oslo. Oh my God. God bless. We made it. Another spring is coming. And possibly summer without snow in the middle of the May. Let's hope. Prayers for that. And this is a primal example. And this is a great example how you can get distracted just by seeing the sunshine outside and people drinking beer on the terrace and enjoying their life. But you are entrepreneurs, so you are staying home in the room when you have opportunity to when you have opportunity to get yourself a couple minutes of silence. And I think my DJI joystick just went out of battery now in this crucial moment. And now you can see you can't do everything perfect. This is a primal example. And now I have to sacrifice what I'm charging. Am I charging this gimbal I need? Or I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful air refreshener. My little volcano. That's the question. Because I need to charge a laptop as well. Decisions. Because we can't work if you don't have power. The gimbal is not reacting. So I guess see you later. And I was just in the mood, man, to throw some wisdom. I felt inspired because life happens. And 1 week, you're happy with the newborn, beautiful, healthy little boy. And the next week, some of your family got cancer news. So that's life. That's what it is. That's life, man. So, of course, I will appreciate if that happiness about my newborn son lasted uninterrupted for much longer. A couple years now. But it is what it is. So, let's just adapt on it. And try to save that loved one not to get depressed or to lose hope and purpose in life, and to find the joy in all this. A lot of people beating different type of cancers. There are rumors now that some type of vaccine is going to be available, so any minute. Just let's see how that's going to play out on a worldwide scale. Who is going to make it and who is going to buy it, and who can afford it. That's the question, how it's going to be. But anyhow, particular family member is going to be alright. First operation is done, so it's just a little bit cleaning with some laser, and that's it. Of course, you have some limitations when you are reaching your mid-40s, but still, a lot of things going to be manageable and lovable. Such a sweetheart angel people who just disappeared in like 3 months from the cancer, and I was like, why is that person leaving this earth? And so many scumbags around us just living in prosperity and without punishment as we think. But A lot of people believe in karma, so it's just your choice which perspective you're gonna take. Anyhow, what we can do in that situations when we have a family member that is wrestling with that up, when we have a family member who is wrestling in that type of medical condition. So, of course, we are assuming in this situation that yes, it's gonna live for a couple more decades with some limitations. So, very often in that type of situations, even if people haven't been so like religious, let's say, or didn't express their belief on a daily with some prayers or meditations or like whatever is your way talking with the God that you believe in, that it works for you. And that's the most important part, that you believe that it works for you and that it comes from the joy. Even when you're praying, also have to come from the joy, not from like a desperate pity voice or mindset or like just feeling, God, please, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna treat my loved ones better, I need this health under control. So I appreciate very much if you're sending me some strength and fresh energy to beat this disease and to be at service to joy and love and God and family and everyone I can help around me, even though I'm limited right now, which I don't know what's the purpose of this, by the way, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna keep hustling and keep working to make this life experience as enjoyable as possible for me and for my loved ones. Amen. Thank you. So you basically shift, yeah? You can notice the beginning of the prayer, let's say, and the end. You know, how you're starting, how you're talking, how you're feeling. We are all familiar with the concept of the law of attraction. And how is that working? Woo! We're back, baby. We have some energy. Hydration is important, so cold water with a mandarina flavor, 0 calories, because juice is poison and soda is poison. I have my guilty pleasure of 1 Pepsi Max on night after dinner, but other than that, staying away from the juices and all that stuff. It's a pure sugar and chemicals, so you're just not gonna feel good, man. I hope you are tuned into your body to recognize what is serving you in the next 24 hours as soon as you get that bite of what not, you know. And that's another one also. As you are getting yourself involved in a health and fitness and working on your craft here, what you got to get to be sharp as possible, strong as possible, joyful, as manageable, and all this stuff, you are taking care of your mind and body and spirit, let's say. So that's also practice on a daily basis as well, as you're eating food, as you're hitting your workout, as you're doing your prayers and meditations as well, to keep you alive, basically, yeah. And you don't want to feel like a 60-year-old in your 30s or 40s, dude, because I know personally 60-year-olds who can whoop your ass, even though you're 20 or 25 or 30-year-old. Because I'm training people on both spectrum, like hard beginners and someone who is like 3 years in the fitness, 10 years or 30 years already in the fitness, different moderations, you know, especially if those seasoned gentlemen are working on martial arts like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, then you will get surprised if you behave without respect in some sketchy situations. So, you know, especially if it's my client, because my clients are whooping ass. True story. That's what it is. Where was I? It's my dishwasher. Interrupting my minute of silence and breathing. And now you repeat this type of breaths 10 times, and you're gonna shift yourself totally in a different chill mode. And that's such a key. Since I started meditations 10 years ago, after some very challenging relationship that ended up not in the best circumstances, we had to learn how to manage our emotions, yeah? And not to get crazy. Not to get crazy, to stalk people, to text them without control, to stalk their social media, to make some damage on their property, like cars, or different people they're dating. So, dude, you have to be grounded for all that life situations, because it's gonna happen. If you're chasing your happiness and chasing ideal a woman for yourself to spend the rest of life with, you have to explore. And you have to learn how women operate, how girls work, what type of personality they are, what's their lifestyle, what's their plan for the future, you know? To see, is there going to be a party girl, or is it going to be someone with who you're not going to pull out, you know? And that's a very important decision, if not the most important one in life. A lot of people say, and I can actually agree on that one, for sure. Because you want a smooth relationship. Smooth. So you can have a freedom of your mind and full energy and power to deliver in all other areas in your life. You know? Work, training, businesses, friendships, all other stuff. If you're drained mentally, dude, because you have to argue or disagree or so many things almost on a daily basis with your partner, there is no that type of sex that can save that relationship. Trust me, I tried it. So that's what it is. This is so relaxing. Fresh, cold air from the mountains of the Norway. Trapped right here. You can add some oils in it for a better experience. That's what it is.